Yeah, making a video. I don't have time, but going to do it anyway. So holiday and a Kandavad, but it relates to Piro. This whole insane argumentation that people make. I mean, just insane arguments coming from insane places and, well, whatever. It's just all insane.
But these people who seem to willfully not answer the question that's directly posed to them, it drives me crazy. It really does, and it's so hard working with inmendham when he doesn't answer a direct question put forward to him.
Yeah, like what? Again, this is just, you talk about irritating. I'll answer any question you put forward to me. If you're going to ask me, is democracy sacred? I'll say, no, it's not. If you have a democracy and the democracy decides that Jews are the devil and we should put them in concentration camps, yes, the democracy has voided itself by being too fucking stupid. Is it a nice ideal? Oh yeah, it's a nice ideal. Is it a nice ideal to let every individual do whatever they want? Well, yes, it's a lovely ideal, but it means absolutely nothing as a practical matter. There are things called outcomes in the world, and those outcomes are going to be dictated by people's exercise of their will, their desires and their ambitions and whatnot. And it will have implications on other things, and that's the way life works. There's no question I have avoided answering for you. You're asking me, do I think a bus that has no driver should be allowed to be the default condition? Do I think it's better to have a bus with no driver than somebody driving the bus? Yeah, I'm going to say it's better to have somebody driving the bus. Certainly, it's going to be it's going to be my preference. And I'm always going to sit there and say, yeah, letting nature control anything would be stupid. Nature's a dumb force. It's crude forces. It has no brain. It has no capacity to even understand what it's playing with, metaphorically. So there's absolutely no point in talking to me with authorities from nature. Somebody has a natural desire. You're saying I have to respect it. No, I don't. I have no obligation to say your desire means something beyond the fact of your own comfort meaning something. Yes, your comfort means something. The fact that you want to do a particular thing that may implicate, others, doesn't, that changes the game. Again, none of these games aren't being played in some place where you're playing the game and the only thing that matters is what happens to you. Quite obviously. That's not the game we're playing. And you keep talking about, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Again, that's not the point. The point is a rational minimum. If you're going to be smarter than a DNA molecule, if you're going to have some kind of brain, you're going to have to acknowledge that you having a feeling as if it's important is irrelevant. Your emotional feelings are not the issue. The issue is what are the outcomes that you're making possible? What is the implications of your action on the entire game field? The entirety of the value matrix in the universe. That's always going to be the ultimate decider of the validity of an action. What is the end result outcome on the value constituent? And again, you're saying the only thing that has value is some sort of arbitrarily composed individual human ambition. And I've already stated quite clearly, as directly as possible, I've answered the question, do I think that has intrinsic value? No. Do I think that has intrinsic wisdom? No. It has nothing. It has no character intrinsically. It only has a character based on how consistent it is with reality. But again, I don't know what to say. You don't phrase direct questions. What's your direct question? Do I respect individual autonomy? No. I respect logic. I respect rational justifications. I respect a reasoned argument. I do not respect somebody merely saying, I want. That's not respectable. They have to do better than that. In any context. Again, even if it's the majority, just saying they want doesn't make them right. They still have to make a rational argument explaining how it's right, how their arbitrary distinction of declaring the beasties based on a genetic code, based on the configuration of a molecule, not the actual constituent capacities of organisms, are anything reasonable, any kind of reasonable standard for comparison and judgment. Yeah, you got to do better than that. A lot better than that. If I'm going to sit there and say, okay, that makes reasonable sense. Again, why should I, just as you are waiting for your feeling, why should I respect something that makes no logical sense? If I can't find any logical, reasonable, rational sensibility to something, why should I respect it? That's sort of a direct question. I shouldn't. Yeah. Unless I'm going to what? I'm going to assume myself ignorant. Why would I assume that? I'd have to have evidence of that. Where's the evidence of that? Because somebody can say the word beast. Because somebody calls something a beast. Therefore, it's a beast because they say so. Therefore, it's sub below the standard of respectability. Therefore, you can torture it and it doesn't matter. No, that's not rational from my perspective. Torture is always bad. It doesn't matter what sentient organism it's being created in. It's always a bad thing. If you can manifest torture, you're in trouble. You've got a problem. Anyway. So the Anacontavod video, it sort of relates to the modern mystic too. I mean, these people are all nuts. So Anacontavod's basically saying there is no right and wrong. You can't call a person wrong. You can't say they did a wrong thing. So again, it's just this complete annihilation of any notion that there's any underlying value, any notional value that we can sit there and understand. That we could understand that, oh yeah, there's this thing we're doing, this consciousness thing where we're sensitive and we can be harmed, we can feel horrible. And that it seems pretty obvious to me that that would be part of whatever value matrix we create. If we're creating a game board, I think we would understand that the negative square would be squares constituent, the ones that would send you back 3 spaces, the ones that would be some harm thing, would be related to this idea of negative sensations. That's you could correlate it to negative progress in the game. A dysfunction. Houston, we have a problem. The mission is not going to be accomplished. If you have a bunch of suffering and torture happening, you're not likely to be winning. It's intrinsically and fundamentally one of those things you can say, this is valuable. Yeah, diamonds are sparkly and rubies are cute, but this sentient thing, that seems like that's where the real value is. And if you can prevent suffering somewhere, well, that's worth a lot of diamonds. And it's just idiotic to say that some brain, some psychology that's programmed to not appreciate that, and that recklessly flies through the world creating a bunch of horrific pain and suffering, would in any way be reasonably not identified as a menace, not identified as a problem creator. That somehow it would be reasonable not to notice that it's not working, that it's broken, that it's causing more negative function than positive function. All these tomatoes gone. Thank you to the deer. Yep, had a really big one on this little branch. Gone. So depressing. Fucking animals. You know, I get one. Yeah, I wiped out all of these. They even ate the roses again. God damn. And I said, how the hell did they get in here? There's no opening here. Bastards. They couldn't have jumped, but anyway, just so depressing. So back to, this mystic and Anaconda. The mystic is diminished consciousness now to, white blood cells are doing the same thing, something just as significant. Nothing to see here. Suffering, torture, who cares, whatever. Just mental activity, doesn't add up to anything, doesn't mean anything. And Anaconda's just saying it's all neutral to nature, it's all neutral to the universe. The universe certainly doesn't care, doesn't have a brain, can't figure it out. So let's pretend we don't have a brain and we can't figure it out. That's all he's basically saying. Let's just pretend we're not intelligent creatures that can do logical cognition and figure out there is better and worse outcomes. Let's just pretend we can't do that. And pretend that's being reasonable and rational. So anyway, I don't even want to get into Pyrrho and his parameciums. But it's just this is just so dismal to have a conversation with people that can talk this rubbish. And we do need some water at this end. Tomato. It really is slim pickings and such. Not what you'd call a bumper crop year. So what can I say? I mean, you talk, Holiday talks about frustration and irritation. What can be more irritating than to sit here on this planet and as a conscious organism and listen to people talk as if consciousness isn't the event in the universe. that somehow, moon's going around Saturn. Oh no, that's the real event. That's the real happening place. No, it's not consciousness. Consciousness is just silly neural activity. That doesn't mean anything. Neurons, brain, complexity. No, the real magic of the universe is, the rings of Saturn. Sorry, and these are supposed to be intelligent people, or what I'm supposed to call intelligent people. I'm sorry. That just doesn't, that's not a suitable word to associate with this level of idiocracy, insanity, crazy talk. It's just absolute nonsense. The deer's been eating these things the whole time, but I'm not too upset about that, but I do hate to lose my tomatoes. It's really depressing. Anyway, it's just another irritant. But the cat's happy, but a little bit deaf. I'm afraid he's a little deaf. And the flowers are lovely. And so, I shouldn't complain too much.